Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit that notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. All right. Seems like Moriah Mills is back in the news. Well, continuing to be in the news because she ain't been out yet. Not since old Zion Williamson posted those baby shower pictures with one of his other women. So this week, I'm sure y'all saw it. She first posted a video with Zion's name on the side of her face, pretending it was a tattoo. So, but for all of us who's gotten tattoos, we all know that when you get tattoos, there's swelling, there's redness, there's like real shiny stuff they put on the tattoo when they done with it, blah, blah, blah. So we know it was like a drawing or a fake tattoo or something, whatever the case may be. Hell, it may have been photoshopped on her for all we know. But then the question is like, why did she put that on her? And even before that, she claimed she was upset, mad, posting what you call them, little Twitter or Instagram posts to where like her Twitter account got like suspended or deleted after, she saw that Zion Williamson and whatever the other girl, that little stripper he got, posting all these little baby shower pics. And what she said, hope your leg heals before the season. This is Moriah Mills, y'all. You're going to lose everything. Zion Williams will suffer for what you did to me. And I guess it's injustice. I don't know what all these dang pictures mean. It's your girl Psycho. You going to lose everything and fail. You'll never come back from this. You will lose all your endorsements if the sex tape drops at Zion Williamson. You're about to be traded and rank be lowered and replaced by Trey on the Pelicans. It's over for you, fat bust. It's over for you, Zion Williamson. No one betrays me. Pelicans at NBA, he's a bust. Trade him now. These are all like tweets that she put out or post, whatever this is on, that she put out on her social media page, which lets you know this woman she got a screw loose. She's telling the NBA she got a tape of her and Zion and he got him on his trap phone. Trade him now. He doesn't deserve to be in New Orleans. I don't see what they got to do with the price of tea in China, but whatever. Trade this man. Enough is enough. I'm going to post everything. This is the last time you betray me, Z. Then she talked about the tapes. And I'm looking at this. Like, this woman is crazy. Like, deranged. Like I said, she's been on a tirade. Matter of fact, let's say got adult sites that want to offer her $1 million if she got the tapes, but I don't think she gave the tapes. You know what I'm saying? Turned in no tapes and got the $1 million. A lot of people think she's doing this for attention or what have you, but Zion, I guess, finally listening to his stepdad that he never mentioned, is not saying anything, staying under the radar while this woman goes into a tirade. This is a learning moment here for, I'm gonna say fellas, but for anyone. Whenever someone is upset with you and trying to get a rise out of you, the best thing you can do, fellas, instead of going back and forth tit for tat with them, just be silent. Anytime you're talking to somebody, let's say y'all got y'all in an argument or they're mad at you or y'all, somebody's accusing the other of something, just don't say nothing. Let them talk. The more they talk, the more truth comes out. Whether they're going to talk too much and get themselves in trouble, what they say, let a person talk long enough, they're going to hang themselves. Give them enough rope, they'll hang themselves. And they'll show their true personality. And this is what Miss Mills is doing. She's showing her true personality. Then the last thing that just came out is this heifer got showing pictures of a positive pregnancy test. Now remember, in the beginning, she kind of insinuated saying, you better hope I'm not pregnant too, blah, blah, blah. Whatever, like I say, Zion didn't respond to it. So now she's saying she's pregnant. Why I think she's saying she's pregnant is because she's trying to get a reaction out of Zion Williams. Period. Point blank. No other reason for it. Because he's not responding. The thing is, y'all, a lot of questions have to be asked with this little relationship here. Because of this relationship here. Because us lay people, us average people may not understand this first thing we're saying. All these are just rich people, people in the entertainment business losing their mind. And Moriah Mills is acting like a hood ratchet, which I guess she is. She's an adult film star, you know. But here are some things that I think we got to understand, and then I can get to my point. Women like Moriah Mills, Brittany Renner, those women are predators. You have women out here who prey on the young and women who prey on the old. But for some reason, they're not being checked by their own. Probably because their own want to do the same thing or have ideas of doing the same thing. So when you prey on the young, you prey on their ignorance. When you prey on the old, you prey on their vulnerability of being old and lonely and just want some kind of arm candy, little eye candy around them, knowing that they cannot really fulfill them, but they can give them gifts. And you got this young, pretty lady hanging around, and it is what it is. But then the question is, like, why do so? Anyway, Moriah Mills, I think her problem is that she's 32. She may be feeling that the wall is near, and the wall is crashing in like big time. By the way she acting, you can see she had some type of plan, plot, thought that this relationship or what she was going to be able to accomplish was going to go one way, and then he just put a wrench in her engine and screwed up everything. And so she is pissed because she done been with this guy for like a year and a half, almost 2 years, from what stories are saying. So she probably thought she had it made in the bag, young dummy. She gonna do like Brittany Renner did PJ Washington. Get young and get married, have a baby, whatever, or not get married, and then she'll be set for the next 18 years and ain't got to worry about nothing because this dude got all his money. But unfortunately, you got another ratchet who beat you to the punch. So now you pissed, and so now you losing your mind. That's just the way I see it. That's the way it is. Period. So then we go back to another question. Why is it that NBA players or football players or just famous people, men in general, why do they date, quote unquote, Instagram models, strippers, adult movie stars, etc.? And the answer is simple. It's the excitement. One, that's one part. You had the excitement. You, like any man, you want a nice, pretty, beautiful woman, on your side. Maybe the freaky tales that you heard, you want to experience it. And then for bragging rights. And bragging rights, that goes all the way back to like junior high school. You dudes be trying to holler at a certain girl, and then, next thing you know, one of the guys is actually dating her or knocking her down or whatever. And then everybody like, oh man, you go with so-and-so? Oh man, how'd you do that? You know what I'm saying? You getting like praise and pats on the back for doing it. So this could possibly be the same thing, because if you think about it, these Instagram models, they have like hundreds of thousands, millions of followers. Most of them men, maybe paying money, sending them money for pictures and or whatnot. But they can't actually touch them. But then you got a young brother say, man, I got money. I can touch all these women. And so he's going to touch every woman that he can. May not necessarily put it out on Front Street, but it's like, man, look, that girl right there. Oh, man, I was with her yesterday. Like, what? it's an ego thing. A lot of it has to do with an ego thing. You know, touching that gal that the average man, even maybe your buddies, can't get next to. That's what it's all about. Nothing more, nothing less. We try to sit there and say, "Oh, that girl is stanky. She ratchet. You know, she's the Instagram model. She's showing her body, taking half naked pictures. No telling what she's doing with other guys. You know, you see these rappers be flying these Instagram models out, and we know what they're flying them out for. That's as old as that little. They're doing that as old as dirt. I mean, shoot, watch your, like Sopranos and shows like that and movies like that, and they'll show you. You'll see like how these guys go to these towns, go to different cities, get in hotels, and they order some girl from escort service. I mean, hell, it's real life. I mean, you got madams that went to jail and went to trial and had to, give up they books of all the clients that they had, in order to get, the copy pleas and stuff like that. So it's nothing new, flying Instagram model. The problem is these gals from, I'm going to say the black ones, the sisters, they talk too much. They put all their business out there. But not really here in Zion's case, because nobody knew what he was doing until he posted this dog on me. Like I say, posted this baby shower, these baby shower pics, and then all hell broke loose, and then all of them came out because he had them believe one thing, but was doing something else. I'm quite sure they knew. They should have to have known that he had other females, and that's one thing a lot of women do. With superstars and entertainers. Like, they know the other women chasing you. You might even slip up and be with another woman, but don't put me out in public, don't embarrass me. Don't bring no babies, don't bring no diseases. But from what it seemed like, these wasn't like his main women, but they thought, I guess they thought they were his main women. And they got fooled in the process. But what I wanted to say here, and I'm going to try to hurry up and find this so I can get done, is Moriah Mills, in the end, suffers from being, I want to say, try not to use the word crazy, but being, thrown off, if that's a medical term, and old. And old is not what y'all think it is. Because I know a lot of women going to say, "Oh, she's on her 32. Okay, now you acting like the rest of them red pill guys." No. When I say old, I mean the acronym for obsessive love disorder. And this is a real thing. I'm looking at this sitecentral.com website, and I'm thinking like, "Oh, this is a joke," but this is an actual website, an actual review. It's actually been reviewed by PhDs. This is a peer-reviewed article, and it says it's called All About Obsessive Love Disorder. A desire to protect and care for someone you love is natural, but what happens when your feelings become an obsession? You might think, "Oh, that's got nothing to do with this," but hold on. Let's say this. Let's say loving someone generally means you want the best for them. You want them to be happy and successful and to live a joyful existence. With obsessive love disorder, or OLD, the desire to see your loved one thrive turns to something else, a fixation on protecting them or even controlling them. Now let's see, symptoms of obsessive love disorder. It's obsessive love disorder explains a condition when someone gets extensively attached to another person with whom they are in love. Now, do we think Moriah Mills in love with Zion Willaimson? I don't know. Like I said, I think she had a plot and it got foiled. I mean, to me, bottom line. She notes in obsessive love disorder, people take their protective nature to lengths and start controlling the person they love, which is what I think a lot of older women try to do with younger guys. They try to control them. I think that's why they get younger guys, because they think they control a younger man. But if you got a guy who's, grew up with a father, with a strong father who, no nonsense, whatever the case may be, it don't matter how old a woman is that he get with, the brother knows how to handle his business and ain't gonna take nothing from nobody. I don't care how old they are. It's not classified as a mental or physical disorder, but it is just a state. Obsessive love disorder has symptoms like any other human behavior. These symptoms include, and y'all listen and let me know if y'all think Miss Mills possess any of these symptoms or, shows any of these symptoms. Possessive thoughts, low self-esteem. I can believe that because a lot of women who get into that adult movie business, they tell you they got low self-esteem for some reason. A need for constant contact, such as repeated phone calls and messages. Would that be like continuing to tweet or putting tweets out and no one's responding? Feelings of intense jealousy. Yes, I do believe Miss Mills is jealous of that stripper that Zion got pregnant. Controlling behaviors, sense of disbelief in the relationship. Spying. Extreme emotional displays. Hypersensitivity. Ignoring loved ones, don't know about that. Seeking constant validation, not sure about that. It says experiencing obsessive love disorder can mean you ignore your loved one's privacy and feelings. You might feel as though you need to protect them, override their interests and input. Causes of obsessive love disorder. No formal cause of O.L.D has been identified, though it's often closely linked to other mental health conditions. That's the point I want to get to. This child got a mental health issue, period. She needs some help because when you see, you go to the store like Oxygen, TV show like Oxygen or whatever, Court TV, and you see these, nozzle wives, and you see all in these stores with all these, what is it called? It's called obsessed or something. I forgot what it's called. But where these women just lose it, and and they off and delete their lovers or their lovers' families or do stuff for their lovers because they got some kind of mental condition. That's a real thing. It's a real thing, and it's playing out right now. And I really would fear for Willaimson's health. That's one thing that we have to take. We do have to take this seriously. He's not. I hope he has security of people around him that's watching his back. This is crazy, but sometimes you got to do that because you got a woman who is doing extreme things to get your attention, and you are ignoring her in the public now. Not sure what he's doing in the private, but he's ignoring her in public. So I'm thinking he's ignoring her because she keeps putting things out pretty much every few days. Which, again, like I said, if he continues this, normally it's the right thing to do to ignore him. But again, you watch your back because this helper can show up anywhere that you are and act a fool. I've seen videos where guys getting married and their mistress comes walking down the aisle with a wedding dress on, or walking down the aisle with the other children, with his children he got with the other woman. Man, you do not. You can think that a woman is cool with being that other woman, but at a point when you do things outside of what the rules of your relationship, man, the gloves are off. But let's keep going. While obsessive love disorder can occur alongside many conditions, it is commonly observed with obsessive compulsive disorder, delusional jealousy, attachment disorders, erotomania, and delusional disorders, borderline personality disorder, and post-traumatic stress disorder. What I'm about to say, obsessing over a loved one is a sign of a disturbed mental state that can leave someone in depression. OCD, and I guess it talks about all these disorders. OCD symptoms of anxiety and obsession can sometimes be focused on the relationship. Delusional jealousy, unlike obsessional jealousy, which focuses on the possibility of someone's infidelity, delusional jealousy involves persistent or false convictions. Maybe she falsely believed they was going to have a long-term relationship. Attachment disorders, people with an insecure or active style of attachment may feel frustrated for fear of losing a loved one. That seems about right. Erotomania and delusional disorders. Obsessive love disorder behaviors may go hand in hand with erotomania and a mental health condition in which you experience delusional beliefs of being loved by another person. BPD relates to obsessive love disorder, has to do with the effect mood shifts that may have on your feelings toward a relationship. You may feel extremely happy one moment and extremely disgusted the next. PTSD, we all know what that is. People who have endured great trauma sometimes have a tendency to overreact. So that's my thing. This, as we look at it, may seem like entertainment and it may seem funny. I know I did a video about this before, talked about Zion and like, dude, why are you tripping? You know, being a 22-year-old simp like that. I mean, I guess someone didn't teach him how to play the game, you know, and that's why he's caught up at a young age. Even PJ Washington with Brittany Renner, they didn't teach him how to play the game either. And so now he has a child with this woman who goes on these shows and try to pretend like she believed they was going to be together forever. But when you keep listening to her and let her continue to talk, you can tell it was all a plot. And we know this. I mean, it is what it is. And I believe this Moriah Mills is the same thing. Again, she's 32. I ain't saying like she's just old, like an old maid or whatever, but she tried to get her, like I said, try to trap a 22-year-old multi-millionaire. And it pretty much failed. So now I just, like I say, Brother Willaimson just need to watch his back. You picked the right one. So fellas, this just goes to show, man, it ain't really worth it out there doing this. Trying to have a bunch of women. Trying to be with a bunch of women. He messed around and tried to, make these like relationships. Word of stories of, you got groupies in every city and you just go there, call them when you get in town and y'all hook up when you leave. Or like I said, look on the back pages of the tabloids and get your escort. I'm not saying that's what you should do because, no, I can't. I'm not condoning that. But what I'm saying is you're going from one extreme to another. And so now you're having long-term relationships with these women and you making them believe for whatever reason that either they're your main girl or that you're going to leave your main girl and be with them for like a long relationship. Because what they say, there was another girl that came, I think they all said that he's supposed to fly them out to New Orleans and buy them a place to stay, which, $200 million, he might think he can afford that, but emotionally, you writing a check that your butt can't cash. Anyway, tell me what you think about this story, y'all. Leave a comment below and then share it with the world. And with that being said, I'll leave you in peace. And I'll see you on the other side.